Hello guys, and welcome to what I think is going to be a very exciting vlog. Well, I'm very excited to be sharing it with you because it's my first renovation vlog and we got the keys to the new house. It's now, today when I'm filming this, is Wednesday, and we got the keys the Friday before last, and the renovation started last Monday, and I have just been picking up my camera and just not being sure how this video is going to turn out, but just knowing that I wanted to document as much as possible for you guys. So I've just been kind of having no plan of this vlog and just picking up the camera and filming little bits here, there and everywhere of building work and anything that I'm doing at the house. I had a colour consultancy meeting with Farrow and Ball. I had a meeting with kitchen people. I've had meetings with carpenters, electricians, our builders, a chimney sweep man. The list goes on and on and on, and I have just filmed little snippets here, there and everywhere, the house in different stages. It's made so much progress in what has been, I guess today is, in terms of working days, because we had the bank holiday, today is only day 7 of the full days of work in the house, and the progress is just incredible. Everyone is doing such an amazing job. The last couple of weeks has been such a whirlwind. It's been emotional, obviously saying goodbye to our old house. And by the way, thank you so much for all of the love on that video. It's my last video that I uploaded in case you missed it. I did kind of a goodbye house tour of our old house. So thank you so much for all of your lovely, lovely comments on that. I'm really glad. It made me, seeing your guys' reaction made me feel like it really was the right decision to make that video and share it, because it just really kind of warmed my heart reading all of your comments on that. This last couple of weeks has been such a whirlwind. It's been crazy. Kind of, we're staying with family here whilst the house is being renovated, which obviously we're so lucky to be doing, but settling Sage in somewhere new, and then me going over to the new house pretty much every single day at the moment, because there's so many people that I'm meeting there every day, sorting out different bits and bobs that need doing. Even just, it's so crazy, like anyone who's renovated a house will know, but we need a new fuse board, all of the electrics, so many things needed moving and sorting. There's just so many jobs, and touch wood, there have not been too many disasters so far. There's been a random rotten step in the basement, which I vlogged, I'll show you. There's a little bit of damp here and there. Today we did get some news, I think I vlogged it, where the chimney sweep guy said that there is a leak. So if we were to put a fire in there today, he said our bedroom would basically just fill with smoke. So that is a little bit of a disaster, but fixable. But overall, it's going really well. And I basically just wanted to sit down and do a little intro to this vlog because it is quite higgledy-piggledy. Sleep for us as a family has been a little bit all over the place. So we're all very tired and just juggling a toddler, jobs and house renovation and everything going on. It's a lot, but we are very grateful that it's all worked out and we got the house that we wanted, and just so happy to be finally doing this. That kind of the happiness is outweighing the tiredness. But if I don't look my best or come across a little bit like I don't know what I'm talking about or repeat myself, then apologies, but the tiredness is real, but the excitement is very real too. So I hope you enjoy this video. I really want to document and show you guys as much as possible, because I know that everyone messaging me on Instagram and the comments on my last YouTube video, you all seem really keen for it. So let me know in the comments of this one if renovations are not what you want to see, and I can just go back to my usual kind of vlogs and stuff. But if you enjoy this, please let me know, because I can carry on doing these as the renovations progress. Okay, let's go into the footage of the last kind of 10 days or so. First day of work starting in the new house. All the carpets have already come up. Look at the stairs. There's lots of work going on up here. Lots of banging and builders. We got some very good news today though, which is that the floor under the carpets is actually really, really good wooden floor. So this can be sanded and stained and look like really beautiful old Victorian wooden floor, which was what we were hoping was underneath the carpets. There's some parts here like this that will need replacing with a few boards, but overall the house throughout has got pretty good boards, which is very, very good news for us. There are boxes everywhere. Oh my goodness, this all just feels so surreal. Day 1 of renovation. Hi guys, it is day 2 of the renovation and I'm back at the house. At the moment I'm going to have to come quite a lot at the beginning, I think, because of just kind of talking the builders through things, and also our Wi-Fi is being installed today. I've just had a meeting with a window company for some of the windows that need replacing, so there's just kind of a lot going on. I feel like once it really gets going, I will be able to come a bit less, but also it's so exciting and I really want to kind of see the process. So obviously we had plans and kind of sat down with our builders and kind of had plans. We haven't got an interior designer, we haven't got an architect. Dan and I are doing this all ourselves with the help of our amazing builders, but there was so much that our builders were saying we can't really tell how this is going to go until we get started, and one of those things was floors, and that makes budgeting so hard because you don't know how much budget you're going to need to put towards floors, because they could have ripped up the carpets and it could have all been kind of, you know, horrible chipboard underneath and it all needed replacing. And we really wanted a kind of traditional Victorian flooring, wooden flooring. And so if it wasn't underneath the carpets, or if it was all kind of rotten, or you can find it in any kind of states when you lift carpets, then we were going to have to buy a load of reclaimed wooden flooring to put down. So we got some amazing news yesterday. As soon as I came over to the house at about 11. The builders had been working since 8 and it was only 2 of them, and they had pretty much taken up all the floor throughout the house, which was just so cool, and I couldn't believe how fast they were working. But the great news is the floor is looking amazing. I'm going to show you. So this room will be our bedroom. I'm obsessed with the gorgeous bay window in here. Obviously we will be decorating all of this and changing that light and stuff, but this is the floor that was underneath the carpets. The light's so pretty in here. I'm so glad we have nice light in our bedroom. So this will all be sanded and then stained, and it should look really, really beautiful. And then I also, how crazy is this? We're going to keep the stairs all wooden. We might eventually do some kind of runner or something, but in the beginning I think we're just going to do it all wood. And they found the people before had painted it red, which is kind of crazy. This will be our ensuite bathroom. This door's going to be closed off, and then this wall here is going to be knocked through, which is so exciting, and have like big double pocket sliding doors there. And then this will be our ensuite bathroom, which is so exciting. It has a lovely fireplace, so we'll be keeping that. We're keeping any period features that we can throughout the entire house. The shower's been taken out today, and the bathtub. And then here we're going to have a double sink. I cannot explain my excitement that we're going to be having a double sink. I've wanted one for so long, ever since I started staying in hotels and you get to experience that double sink life. It's just so cool, and I don't know, I've just always dreamed of me and Dan being able to kind of like brush our teeth next to each other before bed. It feels like something out of a film or something, so that's really exciting. But my job is that I need to find a unit to go under the mirror, and we will be just turning you around again. We'll be taking out this box mirror here, and I want to put like a beautiful mirror above, and then have a kind of long, slim kind of rectangle vanity there with a nice slab of stone on top, sinks built into the vanity. Double sink situation here. But I need to find the unit, so I measured up yesterday for that, and I've been looking on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Vinteria. If you know any other good places to look for things like that, please let me know. And then the shower, the builder's actually taking me to one of his other projects today, so I'll get to go in another house. I won't film because it's someone else's house, but they've given permission for me to go in and have a look at their showers, because he said they might give me some inspiration. But I really want to do some kind of Tadillac or micro cement. I'm not sure which is going to be best, but mine and Dan's vibe that we want to go for this room and our bedroom is just, we both said that we just wanted to feel like a real sanctuary, and I feel like having the double doors opening here and just going through to our bedroom and it feeling really light and airy and just relaxing and calm. The builders have popped to the shops to get a drink and something to eat, so I thought I would use this opportunity to show you a bit more and show you in this bathroom, because this room is going to be my walk-in wardrobe. So I wanted to create a really nice place that I could see all of my clothes. This bathroom, we were just like, we don't need this bathroom here. Like, our bathroom, just so you know, our bathroom is literally there. Just so we really didn't need this extra bathroom, half a flight of stairs down, and then the room off to this way, that's just Dan's office, so he'll just go and use the bathroom in our bedroom or the one downstairs. There's also a bathroom up on the 3rd floor as well. So this room was not needed and can happily be turned into my walk-in wardrobe, which is very exciting. Hello and welcome to day 4 of the renovations. I'm back at the house and I just had a meeting about all of the electrics in the house. Overall, have to say, I'm feeling very overwhelmed, out of my depth. I have moments where I'm really enjoying it. I feel really kind of like in a good mood this morning, really motivated, getting on with all of the jobs the builders have asked me to do and all the measurements and all that kind of thing. Yesterday was not such a good day. I just think you have to take one thing at a time with renovations. I'm such a novice when it comes to, I've never done anything like this before basically, so this is all so new to me, and that's why I think it is quite overwhelming, but I'm learning so much every single day, and I feel like I could imagine by the end of this I'll have got a real bug for the whole renovating thing, and then suddenly it will be, I'll probably just start to get the hang of things once it's suddenly all done. But yes, I'm learning a lot, feeling very tired. Sage hasn't been sleeping the best because obviously it's a new environment for him. We're not living here, as I've said before, we're staying with family. Dan and I are both feeling quite sleep deprived. Apologies about my appearance. And also really struggling to fall asleep at night because our brains are just going, house stuff, where's this plug socket gonna go? What about this floor? What do we need to replace here? Paint colours, you know. But I think what I'm learning is just, I need to just tackle one thing at a time. So let me show you some updates, because I don't think I've filmed since Tuesday. Did I film on day 2? I think I did. And I didn't come to the house yesterday because there was kind of no need for me to come. So this is what has happened since you last saw in this room. This was kind of like a second bathroom on this floor that I said I was turning into my walk-in wardrobe. It's now all been ripped out. Apparently the plumbing is not the best. Whoops, let's show you. This looks so crazy. This window is going just so that I maximize all the wardrobe space, and then I'll have lights kind of hanging from, not hanging, but kind of like strip lights so that I can see all of my clothes, and we'll put a nice kind of pendant light in the middle. But yeah, that's an update on that room. This is our bedroom. I don't think anything's changed in here since I last showed you. Floor will all be sanded, but really exciting that these floorboards are here. And then did I mention that this wall is being knocked out and we're going to have pocket doors going into the bathroom, which will become our ensuite, because currently it's not an ensuite, there's like a separate door coming into it. We're actually going to close off this door. I'll just stand back in the bathroom and just give you a quick little pan. So we're leaving everything in the same place. The shower will be there. We're having a double sink vanity unit here with a nice mirror above. Heated towel rail here, and then this wall will be the pocket doors to come into here. So pocket doors are ones, if you don't know, that slide into the wall, so they don't take up any space when they open and close. And then the loo will be just here, and then bath in the middle of the room. I've just been mocking up the bathroom space with the builder this morning. This is going to be where the shower comes to, and then we're going to have a little wall kind of built up to like here that we can put some pretty tiles on either side, and then a little gap, and then this will be all the vanity unit coming to all the way over to here, and then we'll have towel rail to there. I need to source a mirror to go above the vanity, and I really want to get an antique one. It's so hard to find the right thing. If any of you have any recommendations for places to shop for antiques, I have been putting the odd thing about the renovation on my Instagram stories. I say the odd thing, I think it's the only thing I've been posting since we got the keys to this place, but it's just so all consuming. I feel like the rest of my life has just been completely put on hold. And I've had so many amazing messages with recommendations when I've asked about anything, whether it's lighting or a vanity unit or antiques. I've just had so many amazing messages. I've been going through them all and just trying to make really nice cohesive notes from all of the DMs and like writing down companies that you guys are recommending. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of your help, because like I said, I am so new to this, have not a clue what I'm doing. I have a general kind of, I've always had an interest in interiors and design, and I have, I'd say, a fairly good vision in my head, but having a vision and then making it come to life is a completely different story. And I'm finding it quite challenging and quite stressful. And also I feel like I'm doubting myself a lot. Thank you for any reassurance that you've given and any recommendations. I really, really appreciate it. I've come downstairs now and I really wanted to show you in the basement, but the builders have just popped out to get some tea and I'm actually kind of scared to go down here home alone. I don't want this to be a basement that I'm scared of, and honestly it won't be scary once it's done. But at the moment, I don't know if you can see there, but that bottom step, the builder told me this morning was completely rotten and had all bugs inside it, which is so terrifying. It's like my worst nightmare. So he said it's all gonna be fine. He's taken it out, and we'll put a new one in. But I just want to wait until they're back to ask if it's safe to go down into the basement, because I'm quite scared. And I don't think I've shown you the kitchen yet at all. So this is the kitchen. I'm not sure how much of the kitchen we're going to be renovating straight away, because we need to make up our mind on what we're doing with this wall here and the layout of the kitchen, and we might just want to take our time a bit and not rush it. And I've had so much advice from loads of you guys who've renovated homes before saying don't do everything at once. Like, if you can bear to live with something, live with it, because then you'll work out exactly how you want to use that space, rather than doing everything before you move in and then regretting something. So I think we're going to leave the kitchen as it is for now. We're just taking up, there was kind of some flooring here that we wanted to take up and try and make it kind of natural flooring. So the good news is that the floor has been partially taken up right now, and there are lovely wooden floorboards underneath. So this will be really, really nice once all sanded up. But yes, just trying to work out if we have space for an island, because obviously in the old house we had an island, and I'm so used to having an island, and I think it is quite nice to have for a prep space, also for filming baking videos for YouTube and Instagram and things like that. But it might be that we just have a slimmer island here, and then our dining table is underneath all of these boxes. But I feel like there would be room for it. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is another room that I don't think I've shown you at all yet. This is the kind of double reception room, living room space. So up this end, it's currently just full of boxes and one of Sage's Tommy Tippy cups there. So this room isn't really having that much done to it, apart from the floor will be the same to match the whole rest of the house. And we're changing that fireplace and putting in a fireplace here because there's currently no fireplace there, so we're putting that in. In these boxes are all of our books, and we're going to do floor to ceiling bookshelves here, and I think it's going to look so beautiful and just like a little library, and will be so nice to see and be able to kind of sit on the sofa. We'll have our sofa here and then just be able to look at books. I think will be just so calming. And then up this end of the room, just being protected by sheets and things right now, is my piano. So that's going to live there. Guys, the builders just got back and gave me permission to go into the basement. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Can I stand on this? Yes. Okay. Oh my God, that noise. Okay, so this is the basement. After having washing drying in where our dining table is, and kind of like our open plan living space in our old house, I am so excited to finally have a utility room. So this will be where all of the washing machine dryer, also really exciting news is that we brought our washer dryer with us, and the people who lived here before left us their washer and dryer. So it's going to be like, honestly, if you have a child or children, you will know how much washing you end up doing, especially when they're like newborn and they sick and poo on their clothes all the time. So sorry for that TMI. It will be so exciting to be able to kind of have like sheets and towels going and then clothes going all at the same time. So this is going to be all kind of boxed in. We're not going to really kind of invest in the basement looking beautiful or anything. We're just going to make it look kind of a bit nicer, like put a little kind of curtain across the washing things, put in a new sink, and just kind of make it a bit nicer down here. And then in this room, it currently has a really low ceiling. I would love to make this a really cool, cozy, like extra bedroom one day, but it would involve digging down and we just don't need to be doing that right now. So not really sure what we'll use this room for in the meantime. It will be kind of nice and like decorated. So it could be like a gym or a TV room, like a cinema room or something like that. And then down here, this room needs a lot of work to make it kind of safe and nice, because look at that ceiling, it's insane. But in here, this will all be cleared out, the ceiling will be redone, and then this will just be storage. So this won't be made into like a livable space, but it's quite scary in there right now. But just thought quite exciting to show you the basement. I've basically given you most of a house tour now. I can't think what rooms I haven't shown you. I like Dan's office and Sage's room and the spare room, but I can show you those in another video at some point. I feel like this first vlog of the new house is kind of a representation of my mind right now. Very higgledy-piggledy. It's not like a straightforward house tour or anything. I'm just showing you things as and when I think of them. But I'm really excited to be sharing this journey with you.
Not a stud, because Victorians done studs out on wood. That is stud. And they would be on, you know what, I mean, we might even have enough with this wall. If it's not, you'll see the cross members though, so if you tap that,
Hello, it's a new day at the house. I've lost count of what day it is now. I wasn't planning on filming this, so I'm actually halfway through a colour consultation with the lovely Rachel from Farrow & Ball. And then I just suddenly said, can I just pull my camera out and film some of this if you don't mind? And she said she didn't mind, because it's so interesting. And I think if any of you are thinking of, even if you're not renovating a whole home, you're just thinking of painting a room, I just feel like I want to share this knowledge with you, so let's do it. Let me just turn the camera around. So this is Rachel.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
And we're currently, sorry, I really wasn't thinking I would be filming this, and so we haven't introduced it all properly, and her and I have already talked through so many colour things and warms and greys and everything, and we've started pulling out colours from, is this a colour chart?
This is the colour chart, the current colour chart.
Yes. I was interested in Schoolhouse White, for this is our living room that we're currently in. But Rachel's held it up against the wall here, and it's just reading very grey.
Really grey.
Yeah.
So this side of the room is north facing, and grey loves northern light or dark light. It thrives and dominates and intensifies and becomes darker. So it's a no. And as you can see, when you go for a warmer undertone, it just brings that warmth, body, depth, and just makes this room feel really cosy, which I think is
Yeah,
fab.
and that one is Joa's White, which Dan and I have been looking at online anyway, but we were thinking it more for like hallway, but actually it's looking amazing in this room. Can we just hold it up as well near those tiles? I'm just going to steal it from you.
Okay,
Oh yeah, you go for it, and then I can film. So I haven't shown you guys these yet, but these are original Victorian tiles that we found underneath the floorboards. I saw these yesterday for the first time. They are absolutely stunning. And look how beautiful Joa's White looks next to them. Obviously we're not painting the floor, but I mean in terms of like skirting and walls.
Yeah, so the colour will sit next to it, and because there's a little bit of yellow but red in Joa's White, it's pulling out the yellow and the red in these tiles. So it's not about matching, fails miserably, it's about enhancing and celebrating, and these are a star of a show.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. But then if you hold it up, if I put it up higher, it actually looks, it just looks so beautiful.
Really beautiful. And this part of the room is south. So you've got a dual aspect. You've got north on one side and south on the other. And in here, where you sit in your sofa, it's going to be really glowy, really warm. You've got lots of natural wood, And you're thinking a neutral sofa, a white sofa?
We're not sure on the sofa.
Okay.
We need to decide, but either an olivey green or a white, I think.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I think we've decided on this. Joe is white for this room. There's building work going on, so excuse the noise, but I'm just going to quickly show you how, obviously, each their own, and no judging if grey is your favourite, but all of these kind of grey tone neutrals are not for me, and I'm much more drawn to the kind of earthy neutrals like Joe is white. I love this. I'd never seen it before, Oxford Stone, and now we're thinking, Rachel and I are talking about doing that in the kitchen. These ones I love, like creamy, yellowy, buttery, love. And then not so into the idea of the colours. We're thinking about possibly hay, using that somewhere in Sage's room. And then I've fallen in love with, so olive green is another one of mine and Dan's favourite colours. Would you say this is an olivey?
Yes.
Yeah. So Bancher, we're looking at that for possibly the downstairs loo because it's tiny and so dark in there. And I feel like this would look so beautiful. You can see when it catches the light, it's really yellowy, has yellowy undertones. And then when it's in the dark, it can go really, really dark there. It's actually quite a useful way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Have you done that before? Just folding the colour chart?
Absolutely. Move colours around. Even when you sample at home, paint these on lining paper or A4 paper and move them around. You can't move it once you've painted it on a wall. You'll have 20 different swatches everywhere. So move it around, test it in the light and also artificial light because your bulbs will have different warmths and strengths to them as well. It will just give you a really good idea before you make that commitment.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but these lights that are currently in here, this one is like a cool blue light, and the one over here is a yellow light. By the way, I just saw you holding those together. Oh my God, I'm in love.
Gorgeous, right?
It's so beautiful. Is that Joe is white with Bancher?
Joe is white and Bancher. So if you were thinking of an olive green sofa, and I do this quite often in my consultations, if people don't have the fabrics or the furniture, but they know roughly the colour, I'll pull out a close shade so you can see how
this is the kind of colour sofa that we're thinking about.
Yeah, really gorgeous. And when you pair with wood, you're going to have natural wood stained floors. This is fantastic.
I'm so excited. This is literally my favourite day in the world. I've been so excited about discussing paint colours, but I feel so out of my depth that having an expert here to just kind of guide me through it and kind of, I feel like so much better about making decisions when I have someone who knows what they're doing saying, yes, this is the right decision. This is going to work in this room. It's just so kind of comforting to have. But anyway, we now find ourselves in the kitchen because you might have heard me say, I don't know if I said it earlier in this vlog, I've just been doing such kind of little snippets here and there ever since we got the keys to the house. No idea how long this video is going to be. No idea what I'm doing. I'm just picking up the camera here, there and everywhere. But I may have said that we were leaving the kitchen for now, just doing the floor. However, now that we've started ripping things up, like flooring, taking skirting board off and doing all of that, we might start taking out the kitchen cupboards because it's not too big of a job just to kind of paint some cupboards, sort some things out, take off the tiles. The builders are basically saying it kind of makes sense if we're going to do it anyway in the next kind of 6 months or so, do it now because it might end up spoiling our floor. People, you know, you don't want builders coming in and out, do you, when you've just done all your nice floors?
No.
So we're not 100%, but I'm going to do the paint consultation now with Rachel because if we do it, we want to have your ideas. And whilst I've got you here, let's do the kitchen.
Okay, so I've pulled out 3 colours because in a kitchen, this is the place where you need to feel productive and creative. We spend a huge amount of time here, and absolutely you do because you've got little Sage as well.
Yes.
So I would imagine you'll spend a huge amount of time in this room. Now, this is predominantly north facing, but you do have these skylights as well, which is bringing in some light. But let's face it, we live in London. There's a lot of gloomy days.
There's a lot of gloomy days, and right now it's painted. Is this just a white?
This is just a white, and as you can see, as the light changes, so as I explained earlier, white paint doesn't really do a lot. All it does is grab the light of the room and throw it back to you exactly as that light is. So over here, it's not too bad because this part of the kitchen...
But it does look kind of grey.
It is a little bit grey, and especially if you turn around into this dark pocket over here, it's extremely grey. And because there's no pigment in it, it falls flat, and that's when people feel like the energy's dropped and it feels very dry.
This is what I did in my entire last home. Like everything was just painted white because I just thought, oh, nice, clean kind of background. And Dan and I aren't big fans of colour, but I didn't realise that we can actually pick more kind of neutral toned whites, I'm putting in inverted commas. And it can look so much prettier because we both hate grey. Like it's our biggest fear is anything looking grey.
And you're not alone. People back in the day used to think, oh, if I paint it white, it's bigger and brighter. It's an interior myth. That is true if you have the light for it, but if you don't, white won't show off.
Okay.
So I've pulled out white tie, which...
That's lovely, much creamier.
Much creamier, really soft. It's still a pale colour. Against white it looks darker, but when you drench this in the space, it will look so soft, so pretty, and it's bringing warmth into this room, which is what you want as the hub of
Yeah,
the home.
I love that. I love the idea of white tie in here.
I think that's really lovely. Now you could go for a shade lighter. Do you want me to pull that out
Yeah.
and show you?
That would be great to see. I'll just show them the floor whilst you're pulling that out. So, as you guys know, and I've been talking about this in the video so far, we've had fantastic news as lots of the kind of carpet and kind of plastic floorings come up throughout the house, that we've got so many beautiful original Victorian floorboards that we can use. However, we got some bad news this week, which is that this area is concrete, which is where the extension's been done. So annoyingly, we're going to have to raise the floor up and find some reclaimed floorboards and sadly cover these back up just to make the kitchen floor level. Anyway,
Sorry.
back to the walls in here.
So
Okay.
I've pulled out Wimborne White, which is White Tie's younger sister, and she sits at the top of the yellow base neutrals, and really fresh, really smart. And a yellow base neutral is almost like a squeeze of lemon. It just makes things a little bit tighter and
I
fresher
love
and
that
smarter.
idea.
But you can see how much softer White Tie is. I think the contrast, and against white, there is still some depth to Wimborne White, but I think White Tie could be a really lovely
I think
option.
white tie is so much prettier.
Yeah.
I really, really like it.
Okay, let's roll with White Tie. And then for the kitchen cupboards, originally you were saying stony ground, weren't you?
Yeah, it's just really pretty.
Really pretty, and stony ground we used on our wallpapers. So everyone loved it, we made it a paint colour. And this one has a really soft red undertone, but it's really soft. There is a little bit of black in there as well, which brings it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But because we're in that northern light, I thought Oxford stone
Ooh,
might just feel
I
a little
much
bit warmer.
prefer it. You're so good at your job. I was like, I've already decided, just so you know, Rachel, I've already decided that the kitchen is stony ground. But oh my goodness, it's so much nicer, that Oxford one.
But we're still in the same vein of that vibe and that interior style you want to achieve.
Yeah.
It's just about just tweaking the undertones just to get the most out of the space, proportions and light that's going on in there.
It's so gorgeous. It makes this one look a bit drab.
It does, doesn't
And
it?
this just looks so beautiful.
And
I love
think
it.
as well, the red, so there's more red in Oxford stone. It sits at the bottom of the warm neutral family. It looks gorgeous with white tie, but because you've got that red undertone, Tanya's garden is full of green.
Yes.
And red and green sit opposite each other on the colour wheel.
Yeah.
Now when I say that, you'll hear Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's everything on that spectrum. It's the beautiful different greens out there, and it's the soft red shade here, and they
Yeah.
are going to show each other off and bring out the best in each other.
Yay.
So I think Oxford stone could be
Okay.
your kitchen cupboards.
I think it can too. I'm so excited. Yeah, we're so lucky. There's this beautiful, what do you think this is? Is it a honeysuckle or a
It looks like-
jasmine?
Wow. I mean, I'm not I'm not a plants expert, but I think it's more jasmine. It doesn't really look like honeysuckle.
It's so, I love it. I love this is going to be the view from the washing up. So we're now in the tiny, tiny, tiny downstairs loo, which we can't do a lot with because it's so small. But Rachel is saying she thinks Bancher could work really nicely in here. I love it. I think it's...
so gorgeous.
And I have a fear of dark colours, but Dan will be so proud of me because he's been saying, I really think we should go dark in the loo. And
I love dark colours. I always have dark nails. I always wear black. But you can treat dark colours almost like a neutral. They're just at the other end of that colour
Yeah.
scale. And this is a dark room. There's only so much a light colour can do. It would be working overtime to
Yeah.
bring any light into the space.
And like you say, if we have beautiful, we're going to replace the sink and the loo, and we're going to do antique brass kind of hardware.
So gorgeous, and sometimes lean into what you have. I think that's lovely. And there's a little pocket in the middle of the house. The rest of the house is going to be predominantly quite light and neutral. So when you leave this space and go into the other rooms, it's going to make them feel even brighter, even bigger, even fresher. But this is a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think it's really fun.
So we're just integrity testing the chimney for leaks through the building and just for performance. And unfortunately the chimney is leaking on the first floor front behind the fire surround
Into our bedroom.
into the master bedroom. So the chimney is now going to need a new flue liner in. This is just our smoke machine as we're doing the testing.
This is just disco. It smells like a party from when I was at school.
That's it. So it's a disco party machine, but it's checking for leaks through the building, which is showing up on the first floor.
And that is everything that I've filmed so far. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video and seeing kind of a first look at our new home and the renovations beginning. And I will see you again soon. Bye.